Hello everyone, myself Dr. Vinay Gandal from KMC College Khopoli. Today I am going to talk about profits and gains from business or profession. In this lecture, we will learn about various concepts of business and profession as per the section 28 to section 44D of Income Tax Act 1961. We will learn about the concept of business, profession, and vocation. We will also study about various types of incomes which is chargeable under the head of income from business and profession, and also we have to study the procedure of computation of taxable income under the head of business and profession. Okay, so dear students, first of all, we have to learn about some definitions as per the section 28 to section 44D of Income Tax Act 1961. The provisions regarding income chargeable under the head of business and profession are contained in this section, that is section 28 to section 44D of Income Tax Act 1961. Okay, so first of all, we have to learn about the concept of business. Section 2 subsection 13 of Income Tax Act 1961 gives the definition of business as business means the purchase and sales or manufacturing of commodities with a view to make a profit. Whatever activities which businessman is carrying or doing with a view to make a profit is called as a business. And this business also includes any types of trade and commerce. Even it also consists of manufacturing of goods, rendering of services for getting a profit or earning a money. So as per the Income Tax Act 1961, business means the place or the location where businessmen carrying various business activities for the purpose of getting a profit, and whatever income derived by the businessman from these business activities is chargeable to tax according to the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961. Okay. Second concept under the profits and gains from business and profession is profession. So as per section 2 subsection 36 of Income Tax Act 1961, profession means the activities for earning livelihood which require intellectual skills or manual skills. For example, the work of lawyer, doctor, auditor, engineer are in the nature of profession. Means what? The doctors, lawyers, engineers, chartered accountants are providing whatever services to their clients. If they are getting any incomes from the clients as a fees or remuneration, is also chargeable to tax under the category of profession. So it is must for all of us to understand the concept of profession for the purpose of income tax calculation. Okay. Third concept, that is vocation. It means the activity which are performed in order to earn livelihood. For example, brokerage, insurance, agency, music, and dancing. These are the activities which are carried by the person in order to earn a livelihood. That comes under the category of vocation. But normally, from the income tax point of view, the rule for assessment of business, profession or vocation are same. So dear students, keep it in your mind, whatever income derived by the person by carrying business activities or professional activities or vocational activities are always chargeable to tax. Okay, so it is must for all of us to study the concept of business, profession and vocation. So the question is arise, which type of income under the business and profession is chargeable to tax? So as per section 28 of Income Tax Act 1961, any types of profits and gains of any business or profession which was carried on by the assessee at any time during the previous year is also chargeable to tax. Okay. Second, any compensation received or any other payment received or due by any person specified by section 28 subsection 2nd of Income Tax Act 1961 is also chargeable to tax. Okay, means whatever compensation or other payment received by the person or if it is due from any person, then such income or such amount of compensation or payment is also chargeable to tax. Okay. Third, that is any types of export incentives available or received by the exporter under any scheme of the government. So whatever amount of export incentives received are also chargeable to tax as per the provisions of income tax. So this type of income is also chargeable to tax. Then any types of interest received, salary received, bonus, commission or remuneration received or due by a partner from the firm in which he is a partner. So according to the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961, whatever type of interest, salary, bonus, commission and remuneration is received or receivable or due is also chargeable to tax. Okay, so these are the some types of income which is always chargeable to tax, and it is must for all of us to consider all these types of incomes while computing taxable income under profit and gain from business or profession. Okay, dear students, it is also necessary for all of us to understand how income from business or profession is calculated. So first of all, we have to discuss about computation of income from business when profit and loss account is given. So dear students, normally the businessman is engaged in business activities. He is carrying his business activities with a view to earn a profit, or during the entire year if he is doing a business activities simultaneously he is keeping all the records of their business transactions in the books of account, and at the end of year each businessman required to maintain their accounts, that is called as a final accounts. So normally businessman may prepare trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. But in the case of business, whatever final account has been prepared by the businessman is not correct or accurate from the income tax point of view. So there is a proper rearrangement of profit and loss account for the purpose of income tax calculations in the case of profits and gains from business and profession. Okay, so normally there are some provisions which are must for all of us to consider while computing taxable income from business when profit and loss account is given. The first provision is that generally profit and loss account which is prepared by the businessman may not be correct from the income tax point of view. Okay, so it is necessary to rearrange such a profit and loss account while determination of taxable income from business. Okay, secondly, there may be a chance of several expenses which are charged to profit and loss account but which are wholly or partly inadmissible. So normally there may be a chance, or in some cases businessman may debited some of the expenditure to profit and loss account but which is not admissible as a business expenditure. So it is necessary to adjust such type of disallowed expenditure which is debited to profit and loss account. Okay, third provision is that there are some admissible expenses, means the some expenditure are allowed as a business expenses but are omitted by the businessman while recording their business transactions. So such type of admissible expenses must be considered while computing taxable income from business and profession. Okay, and fourth provision, that is there is a chance of some other incomes which are credited to profit and loss account but are the income which is from under the head of other sources. Means what? For example, the businessman is having a some incomes which is not a business income but if he has been credited it on profit and loss account, then there is a need to adjust such type of income under other head but credited to profit and loss account. Okay, so these are the some provisions that we have to consider while computing taxable income from business if profit and loss account is given. Okay, dear students, now we have to learn about a specific format of computation of taxable income from business. So as already I told that profit and loss account prepared by businessman is not accurate from the income tax point of view. Okay, so in this case there should be a proper rearrangement of profit and loss account. And now we have to learn a format of computation of taxable income if profit and loss account is given. So see, this is the simple chart of computation of taxable income under the head of business. So first of all, we have to consider the amount of net profit as per profit and loss account, and we have to add some expenses or losses not allowed as a business expenses but which are charged to profit and loss account. It means expenses disallowed but charged to profit and loss account. For example, household expenses, income tax, life insurance premium, bad debts, reserve, interest on capital, or personal expenditure which are not allowed as a business expenditure but if it is charged on debit side of profit and loss account, that should be added in the amount of profit. Okay, then we have to also add some income which is taxable as a business income but not credited to profit and loss account. That is interest received on business investment, sale of asset, etc. It means if businessman having some income which is taxable as a business income but it is not recorded in the books of account, so that should be added in the profit as per profit and loss account. Then also we have to add some of the expenses in excess of allowed amount. So income tax, and as per the business policy there are some limit for some expenditure which is allowed as a business expenditure. So whatever excess expenditure charged to profit and loss account, that should be added in the net profit of the business or company while computing taxable income under the head of business. Okay. Also, we have to deduct some of the expenses or losses allowed as a business expenses but not debited to profit and loss account. Like expenses or losses allowed as a businessman by the income tax department, but if it is not charged or debited to profit and loss account, we have to deduct it from the net profit as per profit and loss account. As well as we have to deduct some income which is not taxable as a business income but which is expressly credited to profit and loss account. For example, if businessman received a dividend, commission which is expressly chargeable under other head, but if it is credited to profit and loss account, then it should be deducted from the net amount of profit and loss account as per profit and loss statement. Okay, then we have to deduct also some amount of income which is exempted but not credited to profit and loss account. So whatever amount of income which is expressly exempt under the head of business, but if it is credited to profit and loss account, that should be deducted. So after adjusting some expenses and income, we have to find out taxable income from business. Okay, so this is the common format which is to be used to compute taxable income under business. Okay, dear students, in the case of profession, we need to compute a taxable income also. So if the person need to determine taxable income of profession, means the person who is carrying a professional activities and earning some income by way of fees, remuneration, commission. So such income is also chargeable to tax, and we have to follow a simple format for computation of taxable income under the head of profession. So see, this is a simple format. First of all, we have to consider whatever revenue receipts called as a professional income, means those receipts or those income which is to be treated as a professional receipt or professional income, means it must be related with profession. So all types of professional receipts we have to consider first, and then we have to deduct it some revenue payments or professional expenses, means those expenses which are expressly related with professional activities. Okay, so total revenue receipts or aggregate of professional income minus aggregate of professional expenses, then we can get taxable income from profession. So this is the simple formula we have to use while computing taxable income under profession. Okay, so dear students, keep it in your mind while determination of taxable income in the case of business or profession, we have to use separate formats. Okay, while computation of taxable income from business or profession, it is necessary for all of us to consider some of the expenses expressly allowed as a deduction. So the question is arise, what type of expenditures which are expressly allowed as a business expenses. So these are the some business expenses which is expressly allowed as a deduction, that is expenses in respect of business premises, like rent, rates, taxes, repairs, insurance for premises, building, okay, land revenue, local taxes, municipal taxes, or insurance premium in respect of goods held in stock. So these are all called as business expenses with relation to business premises, which are expressly allowed as a deduction. Second, whatever repairs and insurance on machinery, plant, and furniture, means current repairs and insurance of machinery, furniture, which is used for the purpose of business or profession, is also expressly allowed as a deduction. Then depreciation is also allowed as a deduction or as a business expenses, subject to certain conditions. So amount of depreciation is allowable expenditure if assessee is the owner of the asset and the asset is used for business purpose or professional purpose. Even the asset is used in the relevant previous year also. And depreciation is allowable as a deduction only on tangible assets like building, machinery, plant, etc. Okay. So amount of depreciation is allowed subject to certain conditions, and conditions are, the first condition is that the assessee is the or assessee should be the owner of asset. Asset must be used for business or profession, and asset must be used in the relevant previous year, and amount of allowable depreciation must be on only tangible assets. So if the assessee fulfill all these conditions, then he is allowable as a deduction for the depreciation on that particular tangible assets. Okay, then some business expenses also allowed as a deductions, means the expenses which are related with business activities like insurance premium on health of employee, bonus or commission paid to employee, interest on borrowed capital for the business. So whatever expenses he incurred by the businessman for carrying a business activities are also allowable as a deductions. Okay, so these are the some deductions which are expressly allowed as a deductions. Okay. Dear students, we have to study also some expenses which are expressly disallowed as a deductions. Sometimes the question may arise, what are the expenses which are not allowed as a business expenditure? The first, that is interest on money borrowed for payment of income tax, penalty on late payment of income tax, okay, or penalty in the case of criminal offense. So whatever interest paid by the businessman on money borrowed for such activities is not allowed as a business expenses. Okay. Secondly, the interest or amount of interest on proprietor's capital is also disallowed as a business expenditure. Means this amount is not allowed as a deduction in the case of business and profession. Then third one, all types of charity or donation, including the donation to political parties, also not allowed as a business expenses. Fourth one, all types of provisions made by the businessman is also disallowed as a business expenditure. For example, provisions made or reserve created for bad debts or other expenses which is expressly disallowed. Then all types of personal expenses means expenditure incurred by the businessman on their personal activities are not allowed as a business expenditure or business deductions. Penalty expenses paid by the businessman also expressly disallowed means penalty paid to custom or sale tax authority or penalty paid in late payment of income tax or penalty paid in the case of any criminal offense, whatever is not allowed as a business expenditure. All capital expenses also expressly disallowed except expenses incurred on scientific research. So these are the some expenses which are expressly disallowed as a deductions. Okay. So dear students, expenses expressly allowed and expenses expressly disallowed must be considered while computing taxable income in the case of profits and gains from business and profession. Okay, if you are having any difficulties about provisions related to profits and gains from business or profession, you may ask or make comment. Thank you.